Good morning, everybody. We thought we'd give you a bit of a tour of our garden. We don't have like a one-stop shop for our garden. Our garden's kind of spread out, just basically because our garden is kind of huge. So most of our garden ends up getting canned or preserved in some way, because that's what I like to do. The garden is more this guy's thing.
Yep.
So I know what's planted, sort of, but he knows all the actual details, so he's gonna fill those blanks in for me. All right, so out here I've got my cucumbers. This is a massive cucumber. It's kind of more of a production than it really is growing. I think I put 14 plants in this year. This whole thing will be covered in cucumbers for pickles. This is an invisible trellis, right?
Right.
Right. It's an invisible trellis. You can't really see it. Not really, but there's, here, there's my hand. There's fishing line, and then that's what they hook onto. So, I had to actually plant these outside this year. That was not a fun time. I don't do well with that kind of stuff. So yeah. Then we also do have marigolds that have started in the front of that. What's the reasoning behind that?
Just to deter pests.
Okay. There you go. Okay. So we're gonna go into the main garden where most of our stuff is. We've got a raised bed. This is actually the first raised bed we built, wasn't it?
Yeah, out of pallets.
Out of pallets. It's got lettuce, right?
Lettuce in the first one.
And then you planted spinach in the second one, right? No.
Yeah, I planted it.
Okay.
We'll see if it grows.
Yeah, this was just started. And the reason why we just started this is because we actually need to cut lettuce. So we'll probably be doing that later. But anyway, we'll walk in there. So we do most of our planting in raised beds, other than the cucumbers. We've got, this is all onions. Brandon just planted a zucchini, some seeds there, so you can kind of see the mound, but not much. And then these are all of our peppers. All right, I'm gonna try to remember. You ready? Banana peppers on those 4. Those 4 are jalapenos. These 5 are bell peppers. And these are serranos. Did I get it right?
Got it.
Yes. And then we're trying Swiss chard for the first time this year. We'll see how that goes. I don't even know how to cook it, so this is going to be a learning experience. Video to come. Then this is a combo spinach and carrots. I don't know what's going on with our spinach this year.
Or the carrots.
Or the carrots. Well, the carrots are coming up.
Yeah.
But the spinach, not so much. And then there's the lettuce. Like I said, we need to cut it. But that's why we planted the other lettuce, is because this won't last all year. So we gotta have something else. Gabe stole a stick. Okay.
The hopes is the lettuce over there is going to be mostly shade, so maybe it won't bolt as fast.
Okay. And bolting is that where it gets the weird stuff on top, right?
Yeah. Goes to seed, turns real bitter.
Okay. So this is what I affectionately call the tomato forest. Yes, every single one of these are tomatoes plants. 3 types, right?
3 types.
Okay. All I know is that I can use them all for canning. What kinds do we got where?
First row is going to be San Marzo's, a paste tomato like aroma. Second row is Amish paste, which is another aroma. Back row, the 3 in the back are Abe Lincoln, because we live in Illinois, so why not grow Abe Lincoln tomatoes?
Okay, and the other thing that you like to do is you actually like to, you start all your seeds. You don't actually buy the plants.
Yeah, I've been attempting to start seeds for 6-7 years. This is the first year I actually feel pretty good about the tomato and pepper starts. So she could shoot down into the cages, wrap all the cages just to give it a little greenhouse effect and to get them to grow up instead of bushing out.
Yeah, so they're all growing pretty well. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the cages are pretty much my height. I'll do it this way so you can, yeah, pretty much my height. So the tomatoes will actually grow all the way to the top before we take off the plastic. So that means I will be picking tomatoes at eye level. Once we do take the plastic off, then they decide to bush out at that point, and then that's when tomato forest actually really does take over. And I actually have to go in and, like, if I don't cut stuff back, I can't get through anywhere. Even though we've got pretty decent space, it doesn't help. All right, so I'll just show you one more here. So then we also have stuff that we haven't planted yet that we're going to be planting, because they're either late fall stuff or
let's just be honest, it's been raining every day here in Illinois, so we can't plant anything.
Okay, that's true too. Oh, the clover!
Yep. I'm
gonna pick that for my bunnies. Sorry, Bambi moment. You know, those are the clover that the bunnies are eating in Bambi. Okay, sorry. Sidetracked. Back. So we're going to be doing what?
Spaghetti squash. Supposedly you could grow it on a trellis, so we're going to try it.
So we're going to have, like, videos about that, because this is a total experiment.
And then we'll be doing green beans.
Bush beans.
Right through here, bush beans.
Yep, bush beans are going to be right there. And then we might as well talk about the living fence we have.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. We'll call it a living fence. It's better than what I was calling it.
Yeah, you're being very mean to my blackberries.
I was calling it radioactive. They're not, but they're just insanely intense with growing. Okay, so you want to tell the backstory of these blackberries?
I think you should. You're more dramatic.
Well, because this is a dramatic thing. Okay, so basically, when we moved into this house 4-ish years ago now,
yes,
we planted two blackberry plants from Home Depot. Just the ones you get at Home Depot. Nothing special about them. They were thornless. That was what we were really looking for. We honestly planted them because Brandon likes blackberries, and we decided to try it. Well, literally that year it just kept going and going and going, and 4 years later we literally have blackberry plants that produce about 40 to 50 gallons of blackberries a year. So that's what all this is. This is actually in the last year and a half, this extension. So the start of everything was all the way somewhere in, we think, somewhere in this area.
Yeah, right about there, and then all the way close to the gate.
And then, so they weren't very close together. But, so about, I don't know, 2 years ago, we built the trellis? Was it 2 years?
3 years ago.
3 years ago we built the trellis.
Second year we had them, we built the trellis. We didn't build it right off the bat.
We should have.
Should have.
It was a very not fun time putting the wires on the trellis. So yeah, it is a 5-wired trellis that is not even the whole length of this. The trellis itself has just basically gave this area enough support so it could get to the fence. But as you can see, everything is flowering nicely. I haven't seen any berries yet, so we still got probably about a month before we start harvesting. But once harvesting starts, we'll literally be picking between 2 and 3 gallons a day for about 2 weeks straight. So it's a pretty intense thing. Lots of canning to come. We freeze most of them. We make jam. We make mostly jam. We don't make jelly. I'm gonna maybe try a few other things this year just because. But yeah, that is our blackberries. And then the newest addition to the garden is this out here. I'm gonna see if I can do this gate one-handed here. Maybe not. Okay. So, Brandon built... Oh, look, Brandon! It's ready!
Yep, got a couple right for him.
Look at that! So, as you can tell, these are strawberries. Look at that guy. He is ready to be picked. I think actually... Oh, no, that one's not quite ready yet. But anyway, so Brandon built these boxes and decided he wanted to try strawberries. I feel like for the millionth time.
Oh, it's only really the second time.
Okay. But you're not taking my strawberry this time. I picked a strawberry about a couple days ago, and I was holding it in my hand, and I just so happened to put my hand down, and Gabe stole the strawberry right out of my hand. So we've got strawberries planted here. I put the straw down. Thank you very much. Things like that are a big deal to me. You guys might think I'm crazy. But yeah, so hopefully we get some decent strawberries this year. But yeah, we've got, what we got? 5 plants in each?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully they produce runners and fill in the beds better, but we shall see what they do.
Yeah. So guys, that is our garden. Oh, I'm missing something. Hang on. I forgot that he did this. I'm sorry. All the way around the outside of this, he's planted... What did you plant?
It's just wildflower mix that are supposed to attract pollinators, so honeybees, butterflies. Okay.
Currently, it kind of looks like weeds, but I'm going to trust you that it's going to flower and look pretty.
Well, that's the hope.
Okay.
It's at least what the seed packet said.
The seed packet said it's supposed to flower and look pretty?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly what it had wrote.
Okay, awesome.
Flower, look pretty, make wife happy.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
And if that's not what it said, that's what it should have said.
All right. Anything else did I miss?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay, cool. Well then, guys, we're going to sign off. That was our garden. Hopefully in the next couple weeks I'll be doing an update video once we get all of the other stuff planted, as well as some more growth, and the blackberries should be on soon. But this strawberry is going in my mouth right now. Good. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Rachel B Life. See you guys.
See ya.